Hey, what's up, my sunflowers? This is Queen of B1000. Just getting off work. It's Monday. I'm coming on to do a video for one of my YT sisters. She reached out to me. She just felt that I will be good to, kind of touch on some certain life situations. And from my experience, I think it's a good idea. So first, this is going to be probably a two-part video. The first part, I'm going to touch on a situation where she had growing up. And also I can definitely relate to it because I experienced somewhat of the same things. I hope you guys can hear me. She asked, growing up, how can you build a relationship with your mom or dad? But we're going to say mom because that's basically her situation. And I hope this helps some other people. If it's, the opposite sex, that's fine. You can kind of, get an idea of what I'm trying to say. Basically, she grew up. Our generation, most of our parents had us when they were very young. Very young. Like my mom had me when she was, I think she said 17 or 18. So that was like a normal thing back then, which it still happens now, but, back then. And she basically said some things that hit home where when she was younger, or I don't know if it's current or in the past, but there was been situations where the mom didn't really act like a mother. It was like competitive stuff and trying to compete with her or compete with a child. You never had that bond with your mom that you wanted to. You never had that close relationship with as you were growing up as a kid. And it also relates to me too because I was the same way. I was never close to my mom. My mom was a kid herself, so she was still trying to find her way, trying to enjoy life and, do the things that she wanted to do. So they really, they never knew how to be parents at that age. Nobody. I don't think even in this day and time, a child 17 or 18, even some younger having kids don't really know how to be a mother. And especially when they come from pretty much the same thing, it turns out to be like a cycle. Their parents had them young as well, and then, they never really spent time with their kids. They never showed love. It was like competitive, trying to compete. Maybe they're trying to, there's some jealousy there, animosity. I believe it is too because they feel that they lost their youth by having us. And they're trying to, catch up with that, and there's been situations where I can remember as a kid, my mom, she was young, she was still young. I think I don't know how old I was, maybe 13. And there was this guy, he was too old for me. He was just being nice. And I guess my mom started talking to him, but then he wanted to give me a ride on a motorcycle. It was like a harmless ride. But my mother took it as a competition or something like, like they get jealous. She shared that with me years ago that she got jealous. And I'm like, got jealous? So she basically had that kind of situation as well. And the question is, now, how do you build a relationship, with your mom? How we did that, me and my mother, we had a tough time because I was never really with my mom. I was, I was basically pretty much raising myself, teaching myself. I was in a foster home. And my mom was really never there. I'm true, as time went on, I know she probably wanted to be there, but we never had that close relationship. We were getting to like arguments sometimes, or disagreements and things, because it was normal. When you don't have the relationship and bond with someone, that is what happens. And we didn't have God in our lives. It's like we grew up in churches. My mom grew up in church because her dad was a pastor, and my grandfather. But church was, I wasn't going to church, but God was still there, but I wasn't really acknowledging him like I should. So when you don't have God in your life, I don't care what anybody say. I'm telling you, your life is going to be a mess, a pure mess. So trying to build a relationship with your mother now, the first thing I would say is most definitely to have God. You need God in your life. You cannot achieve nothing without God. There's people that don't believe in God, choose not to, and say that there's no such thing. But you have people that have died on a table and got a second chance at life and come back, and they come back with stories. People that have probably never believed in God, they come back with stories. There is a God. Trust me, there is a God. And so that's the main important thing that you need. And also, we had someone to give us counseling. You can have spiritual counseling. Talk to your mom to see if she's willing. First of all, ask her, would she like to have a close relationship with you? You ask that person, because you can't force someone to do something that they're not willing and ready to do. And if she said yes, she would love to have a close relationship with you, well, you talk to her about perhaps counseling, spiritual counseling, or just some mutual. Hello, you guys. I'm back. I'm sorry, recording from this cell phone. You get phone calls and you get cut off. So I think I was at counseling. If your mom is willing to get counseling, or to get a neutral person, what I mean by neutral person is someone that don't know you, both of your situation and your past. If you have somebody like that you can trust, that is awesome. And if you can't get that, and she's willing to work on your relationship, you guys should make out time to spend some quality time together, just the two of you. And sorry, you guys, bumpy street. And really listen to each other and give each other a chance to talk. Blot down on a piece of paper. Do an exercise where she write down some things that she would like to have for you, to have with you. To some things that she wished that could be stronger between the two, between you guys. And you do the same thing, write down her feelings about the situation, and you write down your feelings, and you guys read each other's papers, and really try to spend some time together in prayer, talking and trying to listen to each other, because it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to build the relationship. It takes time. It's not an overnight process. It takes years, because even me and my mom, we had our counseling, and we had moments where, she would say things to me, and, they would like offend me, or whatever the case may be. It takes time. You guys have to know when to back off and when not to overstep your boundaries. And it's just going to take time. You guys need to communicate and try to spend some time together. Whether it's going to lunch or just going on a picnic, and just sitting out there talking and expressing yourselves, your hurts and your pain and something. And I think that will help over time. You will start to see change. And if you guys can maybe attend church together. If not, then do some spiritual. I don't know if you're You know, if you believe in God, if you're Muslim, or there's so many different religions, but you guys can do that together. And I think that would, that would be a start. You have to start from someplace. Both of you guys have to be willing parties to open up and to let down your guard and your boundaries, and to go ahead and just say how you feel. If you was hurt, go ahead and say it, and you have to be able to listen to each other. Let this person talk. Either you guys time it. Okay, you got 5 minutes to just tell me how we're going to take turns so we both can get what we need to get out. Because sometimes two people trying to get in what they want to say, it don't work because you guys don't hear each other. So that would be good. I know it may sound corny to some people, but it really works. It really works. And God is good because He has built me and my mom's relationship. I mean, man, we went through a lot. You're gonna start off, you may start off with counseling, and there's some moments it may be bad days, but you guys are gonna get back on top of things, and you have to keep your cool. Try to keep your cool, and things will fall into place. So with that being said, I have another part 2 video that I'm going to do in the comfort of my home, and it's going to be about how do you build closeness with your children when you was never shown that from your mother or father. You never had that example. Where do you get your strength from and your ability to do that? So that's going to be the second part of the video. And I hope this helped. If I missed anything and I didn't say what you wanted me to say, please let me know. Please let me know, because I tried to touch certain things without getting too, personal and into it. So if I missed anything, maybe we could talk about it personally. But I just wanted to put this out there for other people as well, so that it could help somebody else too. Thank you for giving me this opportunity and this idea and reaching out to me and feeling that you can trust me. That is so awesome that, people, and this is like the second person that's reaching out to me privately, and I really appreciate that. I'm like, wow, I must be really encouraging people. It's nothing but the Lord. I'm telling you, it's nothing but God, and I'm so glad that He has. Maybe this could be my gift. I don't know what He gave me. I don't know, but we shall see. I've been praying for Him to show me what He wants me to do, so I'm ready to do His work. All right, you guys. Talk to you later in the second video. Bye. God bless.